Right, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Diced Again. This is definitely our first time doing this. Where today we're going to be talking about the 2024 Almanac stars and also a bLEEdbowl recap. And I'm joined, of course, by Crowdog.
Hi, Keith.
How's the farm?
Farm is all right. How's your farm?
Oh, my farm's brilliant. Yeah, yeah. Um,
That's good. How's
all's
your blood
well.
bowl been?
Oh, my Blood Bowl is really sexy. Um,
Oh,
I'm, yeah, I'm really good at the Blood Bowls these days. Really focused in on life. So
you've got
yeah,
your priorities right.
I have. Yeah, yeah. Some things have to give, right? And I've decided that real life is just not as good as Blood Bowl. So I've really toned down on what I do in real life, just so I can focus on Blood Bowl.
Yeah,
Um,
that's seems
it's
like a good
probably fair, I
strategy.
think.
It's like when you're rolling sixes in Blood Bowl, you're rolling sixes in real life.
It is. Yeah, yeah, it is. Because life is really what matters. So anyway, before we get talking about Lead Bull and all the shenanigans we got up to there, I think you wanted to talk to us about the Almanac, didn't you? Now,
Oh, Jesus, I'm dying to talk about it. Yeah, and I have my physical copy of it right here.
do you? That's
Uh,
brilliant.
no, I do not.
Okay, okay. I'm just going to put up on screen there for everyone, just what the Almanac looks like because I can't be arsed having my face on camera all the time, and it is a podcast, so my face doesn't need to be on camera all the time.
This is true. We're not just or we're primarily an audio medium, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah. Sure. Most people just be listening to it there while they're pretending to work or painting or something like that. Anyway. Um.
Or pretending to paint.
Well, it's harder to pretend to paint, isn't it? You know. So anyway, I haven't read the almanac. I don't know anything. I know the stars are right, and so correct me if I'm wrong. This just covers from gnomes up until Chorfs, right? Is there's only gnomes and Chorfs in it, or is there more teams? What
It
does it
looks
do?
like they included the vamps as well.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, because there was
because I
no
have I do while I don't have the book, I do have the table of contents. So the
brilliant.
first one is fangs for the memories, so that would have to be vamps,
All
and
right.
then a gnome like no other, and then turn up the heat, which is surely charfs.
Chorfs. Yeah, yeah. Cool. So, how many stars did we get then in
I
2024?
suppose stars that weren't previously included in with a team or with a what do you call one spikes.
Hmm.
We're on one, two, three, four, eight actually. Some of them have been around a while, like Skitter Stab Stab. But then you and Kira Krakeneye, he's kind of around a while, isn't he?
Ah, he's
He
been
was in
around
Blood Bowl 3 with a
ages.
long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose he wasn't on paper anywhere by GW officially.
Ah, yeah. Same with like Anki Panky as well, right? He was often on Blood Bowl 3 and places like that, but he's only finally made it to tables, I think, recently.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so the first one is Jardel Freshbees, who you might remember from your Blood Bowl 2 days.
I actually
Or
don't
did you
remember
play
him
Blood Bowl
from.
2?
I did play Blood Bowl 2, yeah. I don't remember him from Blood Bowl 2. Yeah. I do remember
Oh,
seeing the new model for him for Blood Bowl 3, alright. Because, again, it's one of those that he was released for Blood Bowl 3 before anything was heard of at all for
yeah,
tabletop
Blood Bowl
wise.
3 didn't get the memo about spoilers.
No, no. They're very good at putting in stars that they're not supposed to have, and they're very bad at putting in stars that they should have, like Rumbelow.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Like, yeah, they've this, who's the goblin that's riding a squig? They
Oh,
have him.
Mad Skills or Mad Cats or
Madcap Migs or something, yeah,
that
yeah.
that's him, yeah, yeah. So he's from Ballydaily.
He is, isn't he?
He is. I
Was
know a
his
fella.
father a Galvin?
I'd say he might have been. Yeah, yeah. Sure, they had the farm machinery shop.
This is what we need now, this podcast turning into Bogger Bowl Part 3.
Well, you can't spoil that there was a Bogger Bowl part two.
Spoilers. What was I going to say? Yeah, so sure, he's a war dancer.
Is
Hero
he?
movement
Okay.
8, strength
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
yeah. Passing 3 plus. which is, it's good for an elf nowadays.
Yeah, I mean 3+ isn't hectic though, is it?
No, no, you don't want to be
No,
relying on it. But the old Agi 1 Plus is very nice.
it is. AG1+ is very sexy. Yeah, and what does Jordell come in then for? How much? How much do I need to spend to get him?
Well, for the price of 250k, you get your Edge 5 War Dancer plus diving catch and sidestep. Sidestep is probably like it's a skill you'd want in a dancer anyway.
Tis,
Diving
tis.
catch, probably a bit situational.
But then, come here to
Yeah,
me. I can spend 200 or 20k less and get Eldril and have Hypnogaze. So why do I want this
this is
fella?
the thing. I don't see a scenario where you take him in a tournament
Yeah, he's a
unless you're
bit.
like specifically trying to like. Would it be fair to say that the best stars, they give your team something that your team doesn't usually have? So,
Yeah,
like, Hackflem giving Charfs like an unbelievable ball carrier, that kind of a thing.
this is it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And,
Yeah,
obviously, like, as you say, you could have Eldril for 20k list and he let you break open a cage while also being a Pro Elf catcher.
exactly. Yeah, being a pro elf catcher, who's like that's pretty much just all he is, isn't he? He's just a pro elf catcher, um, with like dodge, and like catch obviously, and nerves of steel, but obviously
Yes.
Hypnogaze is pretty good. So you're probably paying
Yeah,
like a
on a 2
hundred
plus
and
now, like, as if he needed a buff. And he can re-roll
yeah,
it once a game. Glorious.
he can, yeah. I well, I won't say
Um,
anything. But yeah, so if we want to
yeah.
compare Jordell then with Jeremiah, so I suppose they're the kind of two comparisons.
Well, I suppose the only thing is that, like, I don't know. He does have a very nice special ability as well, Jordell. So you can once a game you can just be like, yeah, I passed that leap on a 2 plus.
Okay, so you can leap on a
So
two
like he can
plus.
do the old leap into a cage on a 2 plus,
Yeah, sack the ball
but
and see what happens.
yeah, but I mean, like you'd want to really like have it set up that it was going to be a 2 dice or something anyway, wouldn't you? Like it's just I can't see why you take him to a tournament. Elves don't struggle to score the best usually anyway.
No, but I suppose, maybe in a league setting, right? Where your elves are a
Yes, where
bit
you were down a
beaten up.
bunch of money.
Yeah,
Different story. Yeah.
yeah, it could be quite handy. Like, or like if your war dancer's MNG for the game or something, and you're getting 250k, then. But still, like 250k, like you could just take a wizard and induce a normal war dancer.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
You
it's not
know,
great, is it?
I don't
But
know.
that's the problem. A lot of the elf stars are very expensive. Like the because as we nicely segue into Jeremiah Cool, you look at the
Mm.
price of him, and first thing you're going to be thinking is, God, I could have the Swift twins for this price.
And he's coming in at over 300, then, is he?
He is. So Jeremiah
Jeremiah.
is 320.
320, wow.
A lot of
That's an
money.
awful lot of money.
Yeah, but similarly to, and of course, um, Jardel can play for Dark Elves, and by the same token, Jeremiah can play for Woodies or whatever. Because they're all Elven Kingdom, aren't they?
They should be, yeah, they should all be.
Yeah, so again, he's just a scoring machine. I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess I suppose, like, if you were to, like, trying to assign him a position, he was a Dark Elf runner. He does have dump off, a
Yeah,
bit
but
closer
dump
to a
off
height
bit
or a
shit, like.
Elfune and catcher. Movement 8, very nice. Strength 3, standard. Agi 1 plus,
Lovely.
very nice.
Yeah.
Passing 2 plus, and
I'm
then your
just
armor
putting
9
up his
plus.
model there now for everyone to see.
Oh, beautiful.
I might as well be actually somewhat productive and not just listen to you. So people
Good
at
old
least know
Forge
what we're
World.
talking about.
Small contact points, 1 foot on the base.
Yeah.
Make sure he
And
breaks so you have to order him a second time.
very interesting placement of the toenails as well.
Like, he's literally standing on the heel of his foot, is he?
I don't know. It's like his foot is inverted or something, isn't it? Very strange.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, A3129, which is like its god stat here or stat line, but block dodge, which a good elf star wants, diving catch, dump
Yeah,
off, nervous steel, on the
pretty
ball,
solid.
pass, sidestep. So like he's got everything. He can be your passer. He can be your receiver.
He can. I actually just want to call Cauliflower out there for a second because I wanted
Oh,
to
go
make
on.
sure. So Collie was giving me shit for saying that the person on the star of this almanac is a vampire, when in my
That's
head I
Jeremiah
was like,
Cool.
exactly, I was pretty sure it was. So, just a special shout out to, say, fuck you, Collie. Anyway.
Yeah, that's Jeremiah, and he's cool. How would you not know him?
Yeah, that's obviously Jeremiah Cool, Collie. Fuck's sake.
Amto says the toes are massive.
The toes are massive, yeah.
Yeah, someone in GW also has a foot thing.
I mean, some people are massively into toes. So, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. Look, teach their own.
Yeah. So there he is now. There's Jeremiah, and he's cool. So he's coming in at what? An extra 80k over
On top of
Jardel.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
It is. Special ability then the flashing blade. So once per game, he can stab somebody and then move afterwards. Which is like, I don't know. It's a bit, again, kind of half situational, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I suppose if you start standing next to a gutter runner or something, it's not too bad.
Yeah, but then I'm just obviously going to be like, okay, he's got this special ability. I'm not marking him with my gutter runner. Who's going to be blocked off on a 2+ no matter what anyway. Like, it's a bit not hectic.
It's not great, no. I mean, there's definitely situational plays where you could chain someone into next to Jordell and then stab and then run away or something. But yeah, it's a bit shite.
And like actually, it's even a bit more shite because it actually specifically says it's a stab special action against a player that he is marking at the start of his activation. So it's literally when you're being based by someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Not great.
No,
Which is,
not brilliant.
it's quite unusual, really, because GW love just giving out like really overpowered stuff these days, don't they? So,
Yeah, and I was going to say like the other stars that cost over 300k. So your Morg and your Hitark or whatever, like they are like real mega stars, aren't they? Whereas this guy
yeah.
is a bit. Like, he's great, but he doesn't do anything unique for the team.
No, but some people will play him, and people will definitely buy him. That's you gotta
But
say
yeah, the foot
people.
people, obviously.
The foot people, yeah. Well, sure. Didn't Gordon say he was definitely taking it to Ash's Bowl no matter what? So
He did. Yeah, I can
I'd say
only
he'd
see
be
him
hard
fitting into
pressed.
like Pro Elves.
I don't know
Anywhere
how you fit
decently.
into Pro Elves, honestly.
I'd say you'd have to give up a lot, would you? But obviously he's your catcher.
But
Or
like you're
he's
looking at taking Jeremiah Cool 11 linos, and that's still a lot of money.
would be even the 60k linos or
Like that's 660 and three. What did you say? 320.
320.
That's 980.
And that's before you bought a reroll.
Yeah. So you're getting one reroll Jeremiah Cool and 11 linos.
Not hectic.
That's nothing to be afraid of.
No. Whereas like if you were
So
playing an 11 lino human team plus Morg, you'd still be like, I could get diced here.
you could, but Jeremiah Cool isn't Morg.
And that's the fucking point I'm trying to make.
And I'm pretty sure 11 lino human team still gets more than one reroll.
Yeah.
In fact, they
No.
definitely do.
Again, another one. Like I'd say, you're down 300k as an elf team in the league. He could definitely do a job for you, but
Yeah, like to be fair, it's you see loads of these tournaments as well that are like, okay, you build your 1150 team and we're going to give you like 200k for stars and stuff like that. Like something like that he'd be pretty cool in. But again, it's just like, oh, why don't you just take Morg?
this is it.
But look, he's something different for people to have, and people are sick of playing with Morg and they're sick of playing with Hatar. Well, maybe not sick of playing with Hatar yet.
Not yet. I haven't seen him
no.
yet, actually.
I've seen him in one fumble game that I wasn't playing, but I was watching, and he was very good. It was a great game actually between Rick, Reckless, and Happy Grew in their Warp Zone Open qualifier or something like that. It was really fun.
Cool.
Ogres versus Tomb Kings. You know, classic
Does
game.
the ogres got attack?
No. Oh yes, sorry,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, you'd have to be, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, of course, ogres are kind of that bit nicer, aren't they? In I suppose a league setting or whatever where they have the low cost lineman.
Yep. True. Cool.
So right, Jurion, Jardel, and Jeremiah, they're cool, but very expensive.
Yeah, cool. Very expensive. Not amazing, I suppose.
Elves obviously got a lot of love in this almanac because we also got Swiftwine Glimmershard, who I believe was released in Blood Bowl 2016 as well.
All right. Yeah. And what's there? There's something about that. It did the strength 1 thing. Like I know
she's
absolutely
like
nothing about this one.
Well, let me educate you. Basically, she is the stat line of a chameleon skink. Movement 7, strength 2, agi 3+, passing 5+, armor 7+. Ooh, 7+ is very light, isn't it?
7+,
That's halfling armor.
You know, if you look at it, it breaks.
Disturbing presence, fend, sidestep, stab, stunty. So she doesn't even have dodge. Like if she gets in base contact with something, she's in bother.
She is. She's not doing too well there now at all. Yeah.
No.
But,
and she can play for halfling teams. That's interesting. Halfling Timble Cup and Elven Kingdom.
Yeah, so can play
she
for
can play
gnomes
for
as well.
Yeah, she could do a job there because she's only 110k, which is, especially for stunty teams, that's not expensive.
It's very cheap.
Although Rumbelow for about, is he 120, 130?
Rumbelow is 170.
Okay, 60k is not small money at that. Yeah, he's 170. Yeah. The only reason you take her, I think, really is her special skill. But again, it's great if you were playing Lizardmen or something with a stunty ball carrier. Other than that, not hectic.
Yeah, but she's all about the special skill, isn't it?
Yes, which is so once per half. So long as she's standing at the start of her activation, she can place herself adjacent to a standing opposition player within 3 squares of her, and immediately make a stab special action against them. She may then place herself unoccupied within 3 squares of her new position, so she can basically teleport twice.
Yeah.
On one activation. Her activation ends and it counts as the team splits. So, you can just fucking stab the ball carrier and get out of there. And even, I suppose, ideally you're after teleporting into cover behind a screen or something, aren't you?
Yeah. And come here to me then, just thinking off the top of my head, is there any case or argument to be said for making her your ball carrier, and then all you have to be is 6 squares away from the touchdown line? So if you're at least 6 squares away from the end zone on your turn 7, so you start your turn 8 6 squares away, then you can do her teleport action to stab someone, and then you just teleport into the end zone with the ball.
Yeah, if the squares worked out, but 3 squares for a new position. Yeah. I suppose the only thing is, if you're gnomes, you'll probably just be scoring on a fox, though, won't you? Who can dodge on a 2. And this yoke doesn't even have dodge.
No, but you don't need to dodge if you're teleporting.
Yeah, but you don't have to, you can't rely on it. And then if your gnomes, your ball carrier is going to get based at some point, and then all of a sudden you're in bother because you're a movement 2 ball carrier that doesn't have dodge, and you're dodgy on a 3.
Yeah, and it's 4+ loner then as well,
Yeah, and then I don't know if you were in some sort of a tournament maybe where there wasn't a penalty for stars and you were woodies and you'd 1200. She's only 40k more than a woody lino.
That's it. We all live in this magical world where woodies get 1200.
Woodies get 1200.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't just take another reroll.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to live in this
It's a
world.
very specific scenario, but somebody's going to run a tournament that.
I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
see a bit of Swift Fine and bLEEdbowl next year. Definitely.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, we saw a load of like acorns and stuff this year. Well, I think we saw like two or three, but like saw a load of stars at bLEEdbowl. So I could definitely see something like Swift Fine. Like
We
definitely
saw a
like
load of stars. We saw Lord Borak.
there was other stars as well. I was there.
Mm, debatable.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, Swift Fine isn't the worst thing. Probably not great for the whole ball carrier then, but
I
yeah, because I
guess
suppose
the only thing we can say about her is that she's more takeable in a tournament than Jordale or Jeremiah.
yeah, yeah, definitely more takeable. I think we'll see her a lot more on like gnomes or
Yeah,
flings.
number flings maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, gnomes or flings, not too bad. Probably not going to see it a lot on elves. But then
You
someone
know,
who is,
maybe.
yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you first.
Oh, thanks. I was going to say, like, maybe if it was one of those tournaments where, sometimes you lose skills based on how much the star costs, and because she's so
Yeah,
little that she mightn't require you to go up a skill. That then as halflings or gnomes, you might be like, yeah, I'll chance that actually.
yeah, could be all right. Yeah.
Whereas, that.
Um, so she's coming in like so she's more than Rodney and she's more than Acorn, but she's
Oh, how much is
less.
Rodney?
Rodney's 70k.
Oh, Rodney's for nothing.
Yeah, Rodney's 70, Acorn is 80, and then Puggy is 120. So she's less than Puggy, but she's going to be in the same in that scenario where you're, being taxed on how much your star cost. She's going to be in the
Yeah,
same bracket
yeah.
as Puggy.
Yeah, I mean,
Um
Rodney does a great job for gnomes, doesn't he?
Rodney's pretty cool. Yeah. Then there's also Rowana, who is I can't remember how much Rowana is.
She's 160.
Is it 160? Oh
So
yeah,
she's the same as Rumbelow. No, she's 10k less,
she's
excuse me.
10k less than Rumbelow, yeah. But sometimes it works out depending on how much you have that you might be doing
Yes.
a Rowana rather than a Rumbelow.
As we move from three mediocre stars onto another one,
Hmm.
we also got the release of Guffel Pussmaw, who was definitely in 2016. I remember this guy.
Oh yeah.
Um,
It's a shame we didn't go for Maple Highgrove now since I had that one ready.
oh, excuse me. Well, I can do that. I can do that.
No, it's fine. Just throw this one. Frick, like, makes so
No,
much
no,
sense to
no.
go for Maple Highgrove, but no, let's talk about Guffle
No, no, no.
Postma.
Look, it's fine if you want to throw all the toys out the pram.
Oh, fine. All
I
right.
was going to
Look.
save the best for last.
Okay. Well, here's Maple now. It makes sense to do similar ones, right? Or at least ones that came out together.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So Maple is the real standout, isn't she?
She's
Um,
beautiful. Yeah.
she is. Although we still haven't seen a model for her. I presume
Actually,
that'll be coming along soon.
Maple's a he. Sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. That's you misgendering someone now. Can't be at that.
Oh, can we not get me cancelled on episode 3?
All right, we'll leave it the next one. Yeah, so Maple is a 3-star player then.
She is, and she's movement tree. A movement tree.
A movement tree. Wow.
Yeah.
It's harder to
Which
do
is very
3
nice,
dice
isn't it?
blocks
Because it
though.
means she doesn't have to roll a dice stand up.
Oh no take root or whatever, like, and no movement
So
2.
movement's three, strength 5.
Yeah.
Which, one less than a regular 3-man, but I think for the cost of the extra movement, it's worth it. Like,
Yeah,
you're
could
effectively a
be.
mummy, and you've got
You're a
the
mummy.
armor that mummies don't have. Your
Yeah.
armor 11 plus, you have the 3-man armor. No block, but you do have brawler.
Yeah,
Grab
very
is very
cool.
nice for 3. Mighty blow is, standard big guy stuff. Stand firm, great stuff. Tentacles, nice to have on a strength 5.
Yeah.
And take
Makes
out
it
to
hard
keep
to
on
dodge
push,
away.
or him. And then the price, 210k, like, that's a really good price, isn't it? Like,
It's not too bad, I suppose. Yeah.
well, you think like the expensive big guys are 140, 150. So she's 60k more than that. But look at all the stuff she gets. Brawler grab, Sandform tentacles, and then her amazing once per turn, which once per half.
Once per half, yeah, enough turn.
Once per half, yeah. Um, Once per half, when Maple declares a block action, he may do so against an opposition player. He is a he. Oh. Who is 2 squares away, following all the normal rules for a block, though he may not follow up. This block action cannot be as part of a blitz.
Yeah,
Like,
so there's scenarios there.
there are so many scenarios. It's actually it's a top tier special ability, isn't it? And the fact that it's not just once per game.
Yeah, yeah. And
Because you grab and you're using the normal block rules, that means you can grab them into you, bring them into
you
your tackle
can.
zone.
Yeah, and you've your tentacles in as well.
Yeah,
So pretty good. Um,
pretty amazing. Like she definitely fit into like something very cost efficient, like dwarves or humans.
I was gonna
Very
say
easily.
OWA, yeah, with Maple Highgrove.
Oh yeah, you could do OWA with the tree and her or the ogre and her.
Yeah,
Yeah, because well, I did OWA with Zog, and Zog is I think 220 and she's 210,
yeah.
or he.
So you could have 2 trees on OWA.
Yeah, then you're strength 3 halflings with a bunch of dwarves.
Yeah, pretty good. For all our
Yeah,
OWA
and
lovers out there.
halfling Timble Cup. Would you take her on flings or gnomes? Or him?
I mean, so the problem with taking him on gnomes, right, is he's the same price as Grombundle. And
Grumbling Dog is you dauntless.
yeah, and I already think Rumbelow is just the way to go with gnomes.
Mm.
Because so the way I look at it is, if you're taking Grombundle, you're probably only having 14 players and Grombundle, or else 14 players with Grombundle. So then if you're taking, like, you're losing a gnome basically, right? Like I like the full 16 players on gnomes.
You would do, yeah. When you're armor 7 plus, you need it, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it could be definitely fun. Like Holland and Knock there in chat is playing all the stars with gnomes throughout this year, as he's doing a full year of gnomes. So he's definitely going to try them out and see what they feel like. But yeah, it's really cool. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
such a good star. Like, when you think about like so old world classic, like your Yeti costs 150 with Norse. You could take Maple instead,
yeah,
and it's only it's the price of a Yeti in a lino,
yeah. It's not too
and it's
bad. Like,
way more reliability. And with the grab and the special action once per half, like you could do a mental surf. You could be 3 squares away from the end zone and still get surfed.
well, this was going to bring me on to my next question. Is it too good? Is it mega star worthy?
I think it possibly is.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it or played it in a tournament yet, but my gut feeling would be that it is.
it probably is mega star.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more than Swiftfine, like.
Slightly better than Glimmer Shard, yeah.
Yeah. But like at the same time, like so we've looked at what four stars so far, the 2 elves and these 2 new ones. And Maple is just by far the standout one in terms of what they do for the price. Like obviously the 2 elves are amazing, but
It
they're
priced
about
themselves out.
100k too much, like yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say then, would Maple be, as Megastar worthy if it wasn't for the once per half?
No, no.
I think it'd be fine then, yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah, like only the once per half thing is what breaks it. Just because there's so many possibilities that you can just get screwed over by it. But yeah, no, like other than that, I'd put it in the same category as like Glottal Stop or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
um does Volt or whatever.
And of course, Maple is also available for the elf teams, but I don't really see a scenario where you're taking him on elves because you don't have the money, do you?
I mean, in this scenario where we're getting 1200 woodies, you could drop the tree and take Maple.
I was about to say the same thing.
You know.
In this fantasy world, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate that, honestly, you know.
You
But
still probably
but
wouldn't take it though, would you?
but he is your tree and the lino.
Yeah.
For brawler tentacles, really.
Well, grab for the one turn on Woodies.
Yeah, but you can just give your tree like if you're one of those players who wants to take a grab tree, then you can do it. Like I played against a grab tree in the Eurobowl against
Yes.
Team Italy. Like you can do it. It's just a lot of people prefer to give out their skills elsewhere, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's like no negatrade, no take root.
Yeah. Oh, look, listen,
Yeah.
it's super super good. Um,
Yeah.
and it's definitely like you definitely see it on gnomes, and you'll definitely see it. It's OWA, like you said, Norse could probably try and do it.
I think it'd
Um,
be amazing on North. I don't even think there's a question about it.
humans as well.
I think um would I take it over a roller and a bribe on dwarves? Yeah, I'd definitely give consideration to it.
Would you? Hmm. It's cheaper, I suppose.
Yeah, and a lot of tournaments anyway are banning roller and bribe or whatever
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
So
yeah. Bit of fun, like.
I think I would definitely take it on before it gets mega starred, which I feel will happen, or a lot of TOs will consider.
Yeah, yeah, and probably rightly so. In fairness.
Yeah.
Um.
Um.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have
Is a
pro
great
teammate.
here by Darky Rust that she doesn't have the throw teammate.
Yeah,
So
it's a bit sad.
yeah. Although I suppose then maybe you still have the traditional human movement ace attempt at one turn.
In fairness, you just take the ogre as well, though, right?
You could do, yeah, depending on what the cash is like, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the tournaments where you're taking stars and humans anyway, you're doing like Zug and ogre humans, or I've seen Ivar ogre humans, like stuff like that. Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You want to go on to your buddy Gufflepuss Maw?
Yeah, the amazing. Um,
Come
so
here.
yeah, poor
He's quite
old
cool.
Guffle. Great, lovely model, isn't it?
Lovely model. Disgusting.
I love the maggots on the tongue and stuff. That's
Yeah, it's really appeasing. Yeah.
um,
So he's what
yeah. Just
a
a
northern
shame that we
bloater.
got a rubbish star to go with such a lovely model. Okay, and Forge World unheard of, 2 feet on the base. What is the world coming to?
Well, he's quite thick.
He's a tick boy. Even the mummies only have 1 foot on the base. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like what? Like he's a minus strength bloater.
Is he strength 3?
He's strength 3.
No
Let me just
way.
let me just double check. Oh no, excuse me, that's a misprint there on where I was reading from. So no, he is another bloater.
Okay, okay.
Movement 5, strength 4, agi 4 plus.
IG4 plus grand, yeah.
Passing 6 plus, which probably yeah, and then your standard armor 10 plus for bloater. Yeah, he used to be strength 3, I think. Sorry, in the last edition.
Okay. So what do we get then? How much is he?
180, which is saucy enough. How much is a bloater? About 100, 110?
110. So he's the same price as Boilrot, who's 180 as well. And he's strength
That's
5.
correct, actually. Yeah. He's strength 5, yeah.
So he's
Monstrous
going to be
Mouth,
pretty
which
good.
is that's the mutation that gives you catch, and it also makes you immune to strip ball.
Sure. +1 to catching, right?
Yes. Is it +1? No, I think it gives you a catch reroll.
Oh, the catch reroll. Okay.
Just because, for the sake of it, we'll fact check it. But
Yeah, I thought you
I
got a
had it on.
+1.
I
Oh no, yeah,
randomed this
it is just
on.
reroll. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
is it? Yeah, very good.
You get to reroll the
Probably
catch.
fair enough. Nerves of Steel. Ooh,
Nerves
you
of
can catch on a
steel.
4+ in attacking zone.
Oh hi. That's who I want catching balls. Is my
On the ball. So yeah, you get your old 5+ catch there from the kick.
hold on now. Where I'm looking now, he doesn't have on the ball.
Well, I'm looking on fumble.
Okay. Well, I'm looking on BB roster.
I would trust fumble over anywhere else anyway. Krister would be.
Hmm.
Barely on the ball. Did you get it?
Hey. Yeah,
You
yeah.
actually didn't get it.
I did get it, you prick, yeah.
Mm.
He was on the ball a bit like Guffle Pussmo, like. Sure, that's it.
Yeah. That was the joke, yeah.
So he has on the ball, so he does.
According to fumbling, huh?
Let me see. Let me check another source. Oh yeah, yeah he does. Cool. Brilliant. Yeah. So foul appearance,
Plague ridden,
monstrous
which
mouth.
is standard. Oh,
Yeah.
he doesn't have disturbing presence. And then I suppose is it all about on the ball combined with his special ability quick bite? Is that what the
Yeah,
idea is supposed to be?
probably. And the monstrous mouth and nerves of steel. Yeah. So tell us what
Yeah,
the
so
quick bite
once
is then.
it is if you thought some of the other skills were one situational, wait till you hear this. Once per game, if Guffle is marking an opposition player who catches the ball, he may immediately make an unmodified armor roll and subsequent injury roll if necessary. If the target's armor is broken, Guffle immediately gains possession of the ball. No turnover is caused as a result of using the special rule. So basically, he gets to stab someone if he's marking when they catch the ball.
Okay. That's very
Which
situational.
is very, very situational.
That's probably never going to happen in about 5 games, like.
Probably not. Probably not. No. So if you were in a weird world where you were somehow down TV as one of the most expensive teams in the game, Norgal, would you take this guy?
I don't know. I'd probably consider Bile Rot first.
I think I would too.
I quite like Bile Rot. I really like Bile Rot on Renegades, actually. I've taken him a couple of times this season in the air league.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, I was playing 2 Renegade big guys for quite a while because, MNG cycles.
Yes.
Um,
And you went with the suboptimal 2 armor 8 big guys.
that's it. So who does Goffel play for then? Can I take him on something else besides
Favorite
Nurgle?
enough, or favorite of Nurgle. So you
Favorite
gotta
Nurgle.
be Chaos Chosen and take favorite of Nurgle. Charfs can do it.
Hmm. Okay.
Nurgle, obviously.
Yeah.
Can't play for Corn.
Sad.
Yeah. Corn are really missing out here. The corner OP, like, so they couldn't.
That's
Yeah,
it.
he's not. He's really bad.
He's not
I think he might
hectic.
be worse. I think he's worse than Glimmer Shard.
Uh, well, at least Glimmer Shard is cheap, right?
Yeah. I can almost, I can envision a scenario where I might take Glimmer Shard, whereas
I can definitely see a scenario where I take Glimmer Shard. I definitely take it on gnomes. Yeah, 100%.
I just can't see where you would take this.
No, unless it's going to be a very specific tournament that's like, I don't know, you get a star, but you don't lose anything, and you just want to try him out, and you want to have fun. But
Maybe if there were like bonus points for completed passes or something, but no, just
no.
no.
To be fair, you do see tournaments like that like really force you into making passes. Thankfully I don't play many of them. Any of them. Although I
That seems
do
pretty.
I do make passes very occasionally, but
Does throw teammate count as a pass?
it does. It's a pass action anyways. But I don't think it counts as a pass in those situations, right?
No.
No. Okay. Shall we move on? We've spent enough time
We
on
shall.
Guffle.
We've given him more time than what he deserves.
He has, yeah. Right, who do we have next?
Hanky Panky, I suppose.
Oh, Hanky Panky. Great model.
Yes. Great. Is it a great model? I haven't seen it actually. Have I?
Oh, it's a beautiful model. Let me see if I can actually find it now.
So all the Futamaling you did there now, and you didn't have that ready to go.
Listen, some of us are trying here, okay, and other of us aren't. He's just a star Saurus, like he's up on the screen there now. He's beautiful. He's a bit like a wish
Nice model, yeah.
Glottlestop.
Wish Glottal stuff, yeah.
He looks exactly the same. The same pose, the same everything.
Oh
got-
yeah.
He's got the old Triceratops helm. It's really cool. Yeah, I really like
Yeah, and
Anki Panky.
he's a very solid star, isn't he?
Yeah, he's class. Let's see.
Um,
Do you have some stats on him there?
I sure do. Movement 7. Of course, so Anki Panky makes a return from Blood Bowl 2016 when they nerfed Silly Billy.
Silly Billy.
Silly Billy, who was a god. Silly Billy was the only star at the time that got guard access.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone and their mother has guard now.
Well, Rowan and Ivar. Is there one more I'm forgetting?
I don't know, but sure, that's basically everyone.
That's basically everyone. So he's a Saurus with movement 7. Strength 4 is normal. Agi 5 is normal. Armor 10 plus normal. Block, great skill for Saurus. Grab, great skill for Saurus. Stand firm, great skill for Saurus.
Yeah, but no guard.
No guard, sad times.
Yeah,
And
still pretty good.
Savage Blow is his special ability. So once per game, when he performs a block action, he may choose to reroll any number of the block dice,
All right.
which is very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a free team reroll, isn't it? For him specifically, but
Well, it's more like a guaranteed pro, right?
he can reroll any number of the block dice, so he can reroll 2 out of the 3
any number.
or
Okay.
yes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And is that
Or
once a game?
he's got the grab. So if you were trying to set someone up for a surf, you could be like, I'm going to keep the POW dice, but I'm going to reroll this dice just in case I get a push.
That's it. Yeah. Is that once a game?
Once per game, yeah.
Yeah. See if that was
And
once
the cost
a half
is
an hour or
brilliant as well,
something.
isn't it? Sorry?
Yeah. If that was once a half an hour or something, it'd be a bit more valuable. But
A bit more OP-ish, yeah.
yeah.
No,
not
but
quite-
I think this is like what a star should be.
Yeah.
The price is okay. It's not too cheap. It's not too expensive. The once per game is okay, and the stats and the skills aren't ridiculous.
No, it's not too bad. It's not Hatark like.
Like when you look at this guy is 190. Guffle Postma is 180. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Guffle Postma is a piece of shit and should feel bad, but
But in fairness, but the thing with Anki Panky is, right, he has the same problem as all of the Lustrian stars in the fact that who's actually ever going to take him?
well, lizards are pretty much never going to take him unless they're MNG'd into oblivion in a league, are they? So it's basically just Zons.
Just Sons, yeah. But Glottalstop is just a bit more. Glottalstop's only like another 40k, is it? Or maybe
2 seconds.
50k.
Let me double check for you.
But
Glottal's
yeah,
270. Oh, that's 80k. That's
okay, yeah. Maybe a bit more likely to take
like
him.
what I think makes him nice is that at 190, there's definitely a scenario where you can fit him in as Zons, and you'd still get your 2 big girls, your 2 strength 4 blockers, and your blitzers, and like I mean, but no, he's very tasty.
Yeah, it's wild that there's no star Zon blocker yet. Actually, I suppose
I
you
think
have your
Zons have
Carla and
enough.
stuff like, but
Okay, yeah, sure. Carla was officially on before, but is she one now?
Sure.
She looks a bit more human.
Once is on, always is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? I mean, you get a lot of skills there for not too much,
skills.
right?
And they're good skills. Like, definitely if you could take him as on to some tournament for... If you only give up 1 skill or something for him, but give you up 2 skills, probably a bit too much for Zons to consider him. Would you rather have Blodge Linos?
I would. I think I'd rather have Blodge Linos, yeah.
Yeah, although 3 strength 4 on Zons would be nice.
Yeah, and like, especially with the guard defensive, like, pretty damn sexy.
Yeah, it'd be very hard to block him off, and he's got the stand forms in on top of it.
Oh, what a nutter.
Yeah, great star.
Great star.
Great star, yeah. So him and Maple are the real standouts so far, aren't they?
So far, yeah. Is it just the Chorf ones we have to do then? Or is there anyone else lying in the wings?
Well, I suppose Skitter was officially released in this because he hadn't been anywhere, but Skitter's been out for over 12
Yeah.
months.
I mean, everyone knows Skitter at this point, yeah.
Everyone knows what Skitter's doing, yeah. And
150.
Kirok Kraken Eye is hardly worth talking about.
He's
I
not.
think
He's
this
not
is
worth
its
talking
first
about at all.
official release.
Yeah.
It's just like, I
He's
don't care.
he's not great, in fairness. He's like, he plays for,
No,
I
he's
looked him
really.
at Pro Elves. He's like strength 3, has tentacles, something like that.
He has
His
tackle, but no block.
his once per game, he gets to hypnogaze him once per game, I think, which is why
Uh,
I was looking at him,
yes.
because I'm filthy like that. Um, yeah,
But
like so
it
he,
again, it's this suffers from the Jeremiah Cool thing. Um, I'm just reading the wording of it here. At the start of any of his activations, he can choose an opposition player he is marking. So that says to me that you can't be like, okay, I'm going to move over here, mark this guy, and then ink him.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's quite situational, but
So
he
that's
is only
again like it's just
160.
he's cost effective, but like we've no block or
No
dodge.
block, yeah, no block or dodge is pretty sad. But he is movement 7, strength 3, edge 2, AV9, disturbing presence, foul appearance, on the ball, tackle, tentacles. He's not too bad. Like, definitely, if you're doing X cages um with your elves or something, and you get based up, you can just be like, all right, you're not there anymore. Like, be really cool for like a DACA or something, or the withdrawn offense. Could see that working, and you can just have it like him as part of your outer screen, and then when someone bases him up, uses once per game, get rid of your man in front of you, then blitz off someone else, and then your whole team bursts through. Could see it working, but again, very
Yeah, it actually,
situational,
yeah.
and he's 160k. I looked at taking him with Pro Elves for Ashes Bowl last year.
Did you?
I did. I had a word with the TO, because I think Ashes Bowl last year, did they do something where
I think
you
the rules for Ashes Ball had been released, and then him and Skitter and whoever else got announced, and they didn't. They were like, "Yeah, fuck it, we'll alone."
yeah, but Ashes Bowl did was there the skill tax, like different tier skill tax for different stars,
Yes.
and Scrofula had never put what skill bracket your man is in, and I think he
Okay.
said that he was gonna charge one skill to take Kairoth, and I was like,
Oh yeah,
okay,
that wouldn't be bad.
drop a skill, and then you get this star player on Pro Elves, and then maybe situational.
I suppose the
Yeah,
only thing about him, and again, like I think is Proil's really the only team you'd consider taking him on. That
they're usually the only
because he
cheap
gives you a
enough.
tackle, you don't have to stack dodge tackle on one of your blitzers. Then you could instead go block dodge on a catcher.
Yeah, yeah, you could do something like that. I don't know if you could stack in Ashes Bowl, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's enough time for him as well. I considered him briefly, is all I wanted to say. And of course, you took Skitter and won the tournament because you're a dirty tryhard.
No, I didn't expect to win the tournament though, was the thing.
Well, you got me
I was
drunk enough to claw back a draw, and that's why you won the tournament. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
do. You stick to that.
I can't believe I threw away a 2-0 lead as Wood Elves versus Snotlings.
Not your finest moment.
No, but I was after 7 Murphys, so I was quite happy.
Man of your experience now should be able to take seven Murphys, and seven more on top of it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wasn't as good, you see. That's the problem. It wouldn't
It's
happen
true.
now.
You're a different man.
I am. Different blood movement now.
Do you want to talk about the Chaos Force stars? So since we never talked about them,
Sure we will. Yeah. Let's see who. So we have 3 of them. There's the stabby guy. There's a shooty guy, and then there's the prick. So which one do you want to
yeah.
talk about first?
Do you have a model ready for any of them?
I have Rashnak there now, so let's go for him.
Okay, we'll do Rash next on.
Yeah, there you go. Tell us about Rashnak,
Nice enough
Shane.
model as well, isn't it?
He is. He's very skitter stab like.
He is, yeah.
Very, very skitter like. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Because they did get, of course, they do have access to. He loses his niche a small bit because they got hobgoblin linemen that have stab now, don't they?
yes, yeah, they have the sneaky stabbers who don't start with sneaky git. Like, I think if
No.
you call the model sneaky stabbers and give him sneaky git and stab, then you might take him. But I don't think you take him.
I'm going to show my ignorance here because I haven't played the new charts. Are the stabbers movement 7 or are they movement 6?
I think they're movement 7, alright. Let me just
I
check
had an
there
idea
for
in
you.
my head that they're 7. Yeah, you refer to BB roster or something there just for the
Sure,
boring
sure,
of
I
it.
haven't played them either. Oh no, they're movement 6, alright. They have shadowing and stab.
If they were movement 7, they'd be like instant ball carrier on charts, but movement
So
6 is not particularly.
they're basically the exact same as a normal hobgoblin, except they have one. So they're passing 5+ instead of 4+, and then you're paying 30k for shadowing and stab. So
It's
instead of
fairly priced, but I think that's the problem with it. If it was
yeah,
20k, you'd probably be like, yeah, I'll take him.
yeah, if there was 60 maybe, but
10k that up on your charts.
70 is a lot like
It is.
um because like they're the same price as a chorf blocker like.
Well, I was going to say the thing is that like at 70k, like I mean, the ordinary hobgoblin is 40k, so he's nearly the price of two hobs.
He is, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just so silly like.
It's another one that maybe in a tournament you take him.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
I
we'll talk
actually
about
haven't
Rashnak.
seen it. I haven't seen anyone take the stab as yet, to be honest. I've been
Yeah.
keeping an eye out in the tournaments because I'm thinking I'll play him soon, like, but I don't know when.
Oh yeah. Well, what was I going to say? Yeah, we'll talk about him anyway.
Yep.
So he's moving 7, which is nice. Means he can quite comfortably cover the middle of the pitch as a sweeper. Strength 3, agi 3, and armor 8. So that's all kind of normal. And the
Yeah.
fasting 5+, same as the rest of them. So what does he get extra? He has sidestep. So at least you can pick where you die.
Yeah.
Sneaky gate, which is nice
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
for charts, yeah. Shadowing normal, stab normal, and loner 4+. 130k, so he's 60k extra on top of a regular stabber. So sidestep and sneaky get worth that. Worth that. One of
Yeah.
them is a double,
He's a
or
bit like a budget Black Gobbo, isn't he?
he is.
Um, 130 isn't heck like Chorp struggle to fit in stuff anyway, to be honest. They
Yeah.
struggle. Well, they don't struggle, right? You can get a really nice Chorf roster at the moment with like your 2 Bull Centaurs, your 4 blockers, your 2 Flamesmiths, and then you get like 5 Hobgoblins, fill out to 13, and I think that's either 3. I think that's 3 rerolls. So you get 13 players and 3 rerolls. It's really nice. Or else you can do 12 and get an Appo or something like that. So, like to take this Rashnak guy for a sneaky git, I don't know. It's a bit much, honestly. But tell us about his special skill. Maybe that's worth it.
Toxic Connoisseur. I think it's basically the same as Skitters, isn't it? Once per game, when he breaks an opposition player's armor as a result of a stab, you may apply an additional +1 to the injury roll.
Okay, yeah,
Oh, sorry, Skitters is you can re-roll the injury roll, isn't it?
that's it. Yeah. Cool.
Like he's 130k. He's nearly the price of a Charf Mino. I don't know,
Yeah, he's
but he
not great.
does. He's available for Badlands Brawl, so that's
Orcs and stuff.
Black Orcs. Would you consider him?
Don't know. I suppose, yeah, maybe. Like a
They want a
roster
sneaky
sneaky
git anyway.
git. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, you could get him and a bribe for 180k. So you get a
Yeah,
sneaky git
that's
and a
true.
bribe for 180.
Goblins probably wouldn't take him because they've got access to so much other stuff.
Yeah.
Like you'd probably want What's ball and chain guy? I'm drawing a blank.
Fungus.
Fungus or
Yeah.
Ripper or
Nah,
Nabla.
you wouldn't take him on goblins. No.
No. Ogres, maybe?
Ah, come on. Where are you getting 130k for ogres?
This is true. An ogre is 150 or 140.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
No.
bit
He's not going
silly.
to see much playtime, is he?
No, he's not. No.
We might as well move on to the guy that was banned from Eurobowl, so.
Zarg.
Sorry.
Yeah,
He's OP.
right. I'll let you talk about him there for 20 seconds. I must just go to the door. Is that all right? Just
Okay.
tell everyone how good Zarg Mad Eye is by yourself.
I'm
Like,
not sure I can handle this kind of pressure.
He was banned for a reason. Like, there's so much to talk about, probably.
Probably.
Right, you got this.
I physically can't or mentally can't understand how you could ban this guy. A Chaos Dwarf that's moving 4, strength 4, edgy 4, passing 3+, armor 10. So he's a regular Chorf blocker that's strength 4, but a secret weapon. So no matter what, he can only play 1/2. Like, he's like Barrack Farblast, who nobody takes anyway, except for Chaos Dwarves. Bombardier, Hail Mary Pass, Nerves of Steel, Sure Hands. So he wants you to carry on him, but he's only edgy 4+. Like, literally the only thing you can see him niche he's filling is that either he's an extra strength 4 piece for 1/2 of the game, or, one drive, or that you're like, I'm desperately going to need to pull out a 2-turn or some weird offense in this drive, and Zarg is the man for it. I'm going to make a 3+ pass.
Well, he is so good they banned him from Eurobowl, so there has to be a reason.
Is it the special skill? I can not wrap my head around it like this.
It is the special skill is why they banned him, yeah.
But like, is it any worse than like the keg guy, Stout Mead?
No, it's the
Like
exact same.
the only
as
thing
the
I can
Norse
see,
fella.
sorry,
It's the exact same as the Norse fella, basically, yeah.
and he's allowed.
What are you saying?
Like, it just makes no sense. Like, and they're both the same cost. I just don't. Why?
But this guy,
Like,
he's broken.
he's like the only like positive I can say is that I think maybe his special ability. Then I started blasting. Is that an Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference?
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
They just hate Danny DeVito. Must be the only thing.
Once per half at the start of his activation, Zarg may perform Blunderbuss Blast special action. Let me just check up the rulebook for Blunderbuss Blast special action. What are the rules for that? When he does, select a standing player within 3 squares, roll a d6 on a 3+, the player is hit. Immediately make an unmodified armor roll. On a 2+, the opposing coach selects a player from either team within 3 squares to be hit. On 1, Zarg is hit instead. Like,
You can hit
it's the
your
same
own
skill as-
player.
yeah, you hit your own player on a 2+. And like, Stout Mead does the same thing, 3+ to break open a cage corner within 3 squares. And he doesn't hit one of his. It's just, I don't understand.
And Stout Meat doesn't get sent off at the end of the drive.
Yeah, this is it's nuts. Like, but like, I mean, do you know, Stout Mead, like, he's literally like, I know, he's like 130 for a North Lino that literally just has that special ability for once per game.
It's a joke.
So like, that's why you don't see him at tournaments, because he's expensive for what he is.
Yeah.
Like, the only time I ever took Zarg on the old Blood Bowl 2 or whatever was that I was Chaos Dwarfs and that I was down a bunch of money and that I was like, fuck it is worth having a Strength 4 guy for 1/2.
Yeah, fair enough. But
He doesn't even have any blocking skills or anything.
No. Well, so we better talk about the best one then, I suppose. Or,
I was going to say the elephant in the room, yeah.
Or the guy that they allowed to play in the Euro after they banned Zarg Mad Eye.
Yeah, although they
both
finally
banned
rolled
now.
back. Yeah. It took a lot of convincing though, didn't it?
Thank God they kept Zarg Mad Eye banned though. I'd be
Oh
really
yeah, yeah,
worried with my
Zargopi.
Zons facing that.
Oh well, look, everyone was going to take him. Like he's Badland Brawl, so like I mean, all the orcs were going to take him.
Yeah.
And I think it's gas. Like that
It's mental.
as well that they were like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone can
it's
take the same star if they want on the one team, so that like you could theoretically have had maybe 6 hit arcs.
good. Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god. Like 300k, he's so good for 300k.
They're a
Even
funny
though,
bunch. Yeah, so this is Hatark now, who's 300k.
yeah, movement 6, strength 6, agi 4, armor
Wow.
10 plus. Oh, strength 6 is so nice.
Yeah,
And
strength
then
6 is pretty
block,
good.
break tackle, and because he's over strength 5, he can actually use break tackle and dodge on a 2 plus.
He can.
Defensive, which on a team that's not going to have defensive otherwise, like say Chaos Dwarves or Orcs or something like that. Very nice.
Very snazzy. Yeah. And then he also
Um,
has his unstoppable momentum.
Yogs as well. So, you can hit the wrestlers.
You can.
Yeah, and then unstoppable momentum.
Unstoppable momentum is insane.
Whenever he performs a blitz, he may reroll a single block dice. At least it's not whenever he performs a block.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people were thinking it was every block, but no, it has to be the blitz. But like at the
But
same
like it's
time,
mad. Because like he only needs 1 assist to 3 dice most things in the game.
yeah,
And then he's effectively getting 4 dice on them.
basically,
A-
yeah.
And it's not once per game.
And even if you tag him, he dodges away on a 2+,
Mm.
and he can move 9 squares.
Like, he's not as good as Morg, but Varag has been banned for less.
Yeah. Although, does he have sure feet? He must do.
He does. He has sprint sure feet. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I was just reading this thing here. They don't have sure feet in bowl, or they don't mention sure feet at all. Which is really weird. But yeah, like, and 300k. Like he's cheaper than Jeremiah Cool.
Yeah.
And there's
it's
actually
insane.
teams that'll take him. Like,
Yeah. Oh god, like I mean, anytime you could take him, you nearly would, wouldn't you?
yeah, I think so. He just gives you so much, like,
He does. He really does.
and
And
the
it's the fact that,
defensive
like
is super annoying
would be
because
especially like he's in the middle of the scrum or whatever, and you like you're not blocking him away.
no, like you basically have to resign yourself to uphilling him to get pushed away, just to hit some of
Unlock
the
the
other
blocks.
stuff. Like, yeah,
I
which
suppose
is
the
a
only
joke.
thing is like he's a bit expensive for some of the Badland Brawls team. Like Black Orcs probably struggle to fit him into the roster because they need a bribe.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're playing Hatark Ball, you're not worried about the fouling as much, I suppose.
Maybe, yeah.
Like a lot of Black Orcs, they want to foul so they can remove some players, so they can actually do a drive.
Yeah, what's
Whereas,
the only way they can get forward, isn't it?
yeah, whereas if you have Hatark, you don't need to. Well, I mean, you do need to worry about it, but you only need to get 9 squares away from the end zone in theory.
Yeah, but he's only catching on a 4, and like I suppose the thing about him is he doesn't have Mighty Blow,
No, yeah,
so he's not got that reliable removability, or a hint of it.
no, but it's still pretty close when you can almost guarantee a
4 dice.
knockdown on a blitz. Like,
Yeah, it's so good.
like it's all well and good blitzing with on 2D with Mighty Blow, but if you're blitzing on 4D without Mighty Blow, the percentages must be similar enough.
But like it's just that even that one scenario, like the one niche time that you won't be able to make a 3 dice blitz out of it, and it's only a 2 dice. It's still effectively a 3 dice because you can re-roll one of the dice.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. And there's almost like never a time where it'll be a one die splits. So it's pretty cool. Like even if you're just using him to blitz around the corner to get the rest of the team around, it's pretty cool. Like he's a one man machine.
He is, yeah. He's top notch.
Yeah, he's
Like you could
class.
definitely fit him in with Chorfs, maybe if you drop one of the bulls and
Yeah, you have to drop a
drop the
bull.
Flame Smiths, which aren't amazing anyway. So
No, but it does mean you're fielding two more hobgoblins if you're dropping
yeah, that's
flame
the problem.
smiths, which is a problem. Yeah.
Orcs are a bit more affordable, so they could probably like go one reroll and manage to fit him in.
Yeah, well, I mean, you alluded to it earlier on, right? We saw a lot of potential Euro Bowl rosters playing Poverty Bowl with a Tark still. Now,
Yeah, I
most
wouldn't
of them
doubt it.
are one reroll or no rerolls, but so probably not
And
worth
of course, you allowed him for Eurovision Bowl in Mill Street, and somebody did bring ogres with Hitark, didn't they?
it. Someone bring ogres with a Tark in the end. We were supposed to have three. We did, yeah, we did in
Somebody
the
did, I
end.
think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were going to have three people taking ogres with a Tark. One of them being yourself, but you couldn't make it. And then Fiki didn't get him painted in time, so you played nobility. And then my friend Dr. Disco did bring him, yeah. So it's pretty cool. He had a great time with him. He said he was really fun. And it
I'm
is
not surprised.
and it's just like one of these lads. Like he doesn't play Blood Bowl much anymore. Like Eurovision Bowl was his first tournament since Dacia Bowl in July. So it was like his first time playing Blood Bowl in like 5 months, and he just sat down and he was explaining to his opponent game one. He's like, yeah, so he has block, break, tackle, sprint, tick, skull, defensive, and all this. and and he was just as he was going on, he was telling me, he was just starting to realize, God, this guy's pretty good, isn't he?
Well, no wonder I took him.
Yeah. Well, I basically just told him to take it. I was like, "Oh, you want to play
Oh, okay,
ogres?
yeah, yeah.
What about if you took the Star Bull Center?" And I was like, "Here you go, have a roster. You'll have fun with this." And he did. Yeah.
He didn't win
Fun.
Stunty Cup though, did he?
He didn't win Stunty Cup. No, did he? No, no. I think no. Did Gnomes win Stunty Cup? I have no idea. God,
Probably.
imagine
No one's OP.
Gnomes are OP. Imagine knowing who won prizes at your own tournament. Who did win Stunty Cup? I'm sure it was Gnomes. Let me
I'm
see.
pretty sure it was, even though I wasn't there.
Oh no,
I
it
just
was.
remember
It
we
was. It
talked
was
about it
the
on the
other
podcast.
ogres. Sorry, the other ogres
Oh,
won
the other
Stunty Cup.
ogres.
Yeah, yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, no gnomes got any prize at Eurovision Bowl. Very sad.
Well, you are very pro gnome, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very sympathetic towards gnomes. So I'm basically a gnome myself.
I think you're more of a dwarf.
Oh, thanks.
You do have that love of beer and stout.
Thanks. Yeah. Ah well.
So to finish things off, will we move on to a little bit of a recap about bLEEdbowl? How did you get on?
Actually, we will. We will. That's all the stars.
You got
So
on
yeah,
okay, did you? You kind of enjoyed it?
bleed bowl.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. Yeah, yeah, I had a good time. Yeah.
Even though you bounced between about 15 different rosters, I think you might have actually built a roster for every race.
I spent a lot of time dilly dallying about what I was going to take to bleed bowl. As you know yourself. I suppose when I first started looking at the rosters, I picked out 3 rosters I thought were really, really strong. Those were High Elves, either with Eldril or not, Borak Renegades, and there was another really fun one I had. I can't remember. I looked at so many different ones. Like I built OWA, I built normal Renegades without Borak. I had a stupid Snotling roster at one point where I had the two trolls and a pump wagon and like Ripper and Grack and Crumbleberry. Something stupid. So basically I had 5 big guys. But in the end I ended up with the Elder Hiles anyway, and they got on alright.
Didn't they? 4-1-0.
Yeah. Well, don't give too much away, but yeah, they did fine. And yourself, then you were pretty much just settled on your ogres, weren't you? You didn't consider much
Yeah,
else.
I needed to tick them off the list, and I wanted to have a crack off a Stunty Cup.
Yeah. So
And any tournament, I think, like where ogres are one of those teams. They're a bit like goblins. You really don't take them unless the tournament kind of half suits them. Where
yeah.
you're not going to have some bit of fun. And I had enough to have 3 block ogres, and I think that sealed the deal for me.
In fairness, the goblin roster wasn't too bad. Like I just put up Emmett's one here.
Oh yeah, his roster was really good.
He went with the Ripper and the Fungus, but so what you did for everyone at home, I just haven't put it up yet, is you went with the option to take the 6 secondary skills, which made your ogres very, very competitive. Whereas Emmett didn't. So he got the 2 stars obviously, but he only got 1 secondary. Whereas you, on the other hand, had this monstrosity of an ogre team. I'll just put it up for everyone. So yeah, you had a block leader, run punter, a block guard, a brawler, a guard, a block frenzy, a sure hands ogre, a sneaky get dirty player, and then a sprint sure feet. So for those who aren't familiar with, bLEEdbowl has this unique rules. So you get loads and loads of skills, but you can't have more than one the same player. So you couldn't have 2 block guard ogres.
Or basically you couldn't have 2 Dark Elf blitzers with block dodge. One of them, they have to be unique.
Exactly. And stacking is free, but you have to, if you want to stack on 2 positionals, you have to stack on alignment as well. So there's a lot to go on. So we showed up Saturday morning, about 9:30 or so, 9 o'clock, 9:30, and then we couldn't actually get into the venue until about 10. Because the person with the keys never showed up, so that was a nice delay to the start of the tournament. And then sure, once we got in, we had to set out the tables and chairs and everything. And so it was probably about 10:30 when we started, wasn't it? But about that.
Possibly even a bit. Because we got drawn against each other game 1, and definitely there was people on turn 2 by the time we rolled the dice.
Oh yeah. So yeah, myself and Crodog had to play game 1. My high elves versus his his monstrosity ogre team, and I felt, I feared the worst, like.
Both your fears were allayed by my mediocre block dice. No, the blocks were alright actually. It was the Kaz dice and the armor dice really let me down, wasn't it?
Yeah. In fairness, that was going to set up the team for the weekend, really. If
I could have got a draw against you, yeah.
I suffered a lot of blocks and fouls over the weekend, playing against what I did play against. And yeah, the fact, like, I don't know, how many Kaz did we get? Or you get against me? Like 2.
I only got 1, I think. 1 or 2.
Yeah. But you killed one, so that was good. So yeah.
I remember there was one turn, was it about turn 6 or something, you kind of made a go for the ball and you were marking like 5 ogres and you were like, this is it, like, you either catch all these guys and win the game or... And you came out relatively unscathed anyway.
Yeah.
You lined up with 11 men for the second half anyway, I remember that much.
I did. It was very sound of me. Yeah, tour players coming in here saying that our game was 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Yeah, that'd be nothing new between us.
We missed lunch, didn't we?
We did, yeah. In fact, I didn't get a break.
Yeah, I think I had a cup of coffee for lunch.
Yeah, I eventually got my food for game 3 about 10 minutes into the game. So I was just sitting there playing my game while eating a burger and chips. Shawnee was there making moves, and I was just putting up hand signals. I was like, yeah, that's fine. He's dead. Whatever. So yeah, that
He
was
wouldn't let us eat until after game two.
yeah.
Cauliflower says, no, no,
Well,
no. I think the kitchen is open in 10 minutes.
the restaurant wasn't open. Like fuck's sake. And then when we actually did get a break in between 2 and 3, they stopped taking orders because like 35 people went in and ordered food at once, and I was one of the few people that couldn't order food. But Jam Toast sorted me out in the end. So yeah, very very conveniently we faced off round 1, so that makes our talking about the games really easy. um, there was a
Yeah, so
fun experience where I sacked the ball, wasn't there? And I went for the 4+ pickup, but it
and
actually
then I was
wasn't a
like,
4+.
that's actually a 5.
But it's fine because I
Didn't
rolled a
matter, you
6
made
anyway.
it.
Yeah. It was brilliant. So then
Yeah,
round
it's funny
2,
because like it's funny because like mentally you'd probably be like, yeah, 4+ pickup with a reroll, I'll chance that, but a 5+ you're
yeah,
probably not going to take it on.
no, 5+ I probably wouldn't have done it. Just because it was so hard for you to get the ball back anyway, and the scatters on a 4+, if it did fail,
Horrendous.
probably landed in my hands anyway. Unless you're like Nobbler caught it on a 6 or something. But yeah. So you lost round 1, and you had to play who in round 2?
I played a good Scottish coach, who I met at Euroball. Is
Oh
it
yeah,
Mornval?
Mournfell. Yeah, Ryan, lovely lad.
Yeah, lovely lad. Yeah, with good crack. Slan versus Ogres. Yeah, another game where I was like, oh no, my ball is definitely getting sacked here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going so well up until about turn 6 of the first half, and then I had because especially as well, like, this was the reason I took sure hands on one of the ogres. I was like, the slan or the snotling ball carrier is just going to get obliterated. So um yeah, turn 6, I just needed the ogre to move fucking forward, and he snaked his bonehead, and he couldn't move,
Ah.
and put me under savage pressure then, and turn 8 then, I didn't anyway. I had no rerolls left, and I had to make the ogre caught the ball, and then I had to roll 3 2+s to score the bonehead and 2 rushes, and he failed one of the rushes.
Oh Jesus. Heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking, yeah.
But you got the
But
draw in the
in
end.
fairness, well, it finished a 1-1 draw because I suppose I got my look back then in the second half. He went for a quick score, and I wasn't quite in scoring range with my ogre, and I had no lunch, so the concentration wasn't brilliant, and I might have, made wrong declarations with players and stuff, and then I had to make. Oh, did I have to do a 4+ dodge out with my ogre ball carrier to hand it off to a snotling or something to throw him into range to score with another ogre?
Yeah, that's what Ryan told me when we were sitting at the airport. Then after
Yeah.
on the Monday.
In fairness, I might have had rerolls, but yeah, it definitely wasn't the most likely play I made over the weekend.
No, no. But look, in fairness, 2 hours 20 minutes is very respectable. So well done on
That's
that.
just about normal, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, still over time really, because still about 5 minutes over, but pretty
Oh,
good.
you're such a grass.
Pretty good for a bleed ball.
Yeah. It's because
Um,
it takes the start of bLEEdbowl takes 10 minutes to be like, okay, this guy has block Juggernaut and this guy has
it
block
is.
guard.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have a fucking mighty blow band instead of a brawler band, and you're just that.
When are you ever going to need a brawler band?
Yeah, and then your frenzy marker just doesn't look like anything, so that's why I got my player surfed.
It was orange. Orange means danger.
Yeah, orange means danger. That's sure.
Orange is caution. Yeah,
It's
so
like
that was my logic anyway.
you had such a mismatch. Like you had half of your players were actually marked with Charlie Victor bands. Then you had another one which was like a giant elastic band. And then your frenzy one was just a little plastic ring band thing. Really, really threw me
They were
off my
marked though.
game. They
Oh
were
yeah,
marked.
that was it.
Well, sure, otherwise I wouldn't have left you sort my player. That was very silly of me.
You were just You're just bad Blood Bowl. That's why you let that get surf.
That's true. But sure didn't work out in the end. Um,
It
so
did.
yeah, I had goblins round two, and I was really not happy with the draw, to be honest. I mean, I'm never really happy with any draw, to be quite honest with you, am I? I always kind of, like it's the classic thing of, oh God, this is really the worst possible matchup every time.
All right, Jimmy, fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. But look, yeah, game against goblins, 2 hours and
Well,
35 minutes.
just to interrupt you, like the one thing I find when I'm playing a tournament and you get matched against stunties as a quote unquote regular team. Yeah, Danton, you got stunties round one and round two, and he's complaining. Like the one thing about when you do play stunties is like I think the pressure is on you to get a result because you're
It
like, if
is.
I draw, this is a good result for the stunties and a bad result for me.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, you say boo hoo, right? But in fairness, the ogres had 6 mighty blow and a DP sneaky get. Like
Dice the game.
I only have 12 players and one reroll and a leader. Like I'm a no apple. I'm running very light, so it's not the sort of match I want to be seeing at all, to be honest. Um, and like, should the goblins had 3 trolls and 2 ball and chains and a sneaky get hooligan. So I'm just there like, okay, great, great. And I actually got the same amount of cows against the goblins. Yeah, so the game was, I lost the toss. He received. I survived the LOS somehow, and then he failed the pickup, didn't re-roll it, so I was just able to bomb into the backfield. Like basically split his team, and so then that was my turn one. Then he took a couple of hits, tried to pick up the ball, put in the reroll 1 and 9, I think. So the ball was on the ground, and I had like 4 people in scoring range.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. So you did elf stuff.
well, just to make things secure, then Eldril came in, gazed the guy on the ball,
Right.
and then I blitzed the goblin off. So I didn't. So I just had to roll two pluses to score. So 1-0 to 1-0 to me after like my turn two. Um,
Yeah.
his ball and chain got KO'd. Did he won? Did he 1 in 27 or 1 in 9 or something? So anyway, yeah, that wasn't too bad. And then what happened after that? Then did he? Oh yeah, so I was looking pretty good for 2-0 going into half time. But sure, what happened then was I snaked. I had to make a 3+2+, and then I was away for 2-0 basically. On like turn 4 or 5. But sure, I snaked the 2+, ball scattered, and then we just played around with each other for a couple of turns.
Gross.
I tried to get the ball and run away. He tried to kill my players. In the end, he failed like pickup. Like he couldn't make a pickup. In fact, I don't think he made a single pickup in the entire game. Um, and
Harsh.
how he scored his touchdown was a scatter catch. I tried to pick up the ball on one of my turns. Ball scattered into his hands, and off he went. And he just made a lovely progression down the field, really, in fairness to him.
He's a great goblin coach, isn't he?
He's very good. I learned a lot by watching him using his ball and chains. Um, oh man, there was a time where he'd used 3 out of his 4 movement with his ball and chain, and he had, I think it would have been fungus actually, and he had my blitzer and Eldril right in front of him. So on 2 out of 3 he hits one of them. And I think he still had the whirling dervish, so like he could guarantee basically a hit on one of them. And he decided to go backwards to make it more secure if he picked up the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of taking a shot on Eldril, he just went and got the ball secured. He didn't actually pick up the ball in the end, but yeah, it was just mad watching stuff like that. It was really cool. So yeah, he scored, and then I think I scored early in the second half just to bang it in. So I did that, and then
Yeah,
he
so
had
3-1 solid enough, isn't it?
his drive in, yeah. Failed to pick up the ball again, so I went in and did stuff. But you know what's really funny? And this is not something I
Mm.
noticed at all. But if you see there, I scored an lineman for the third touchdown because the scatter ball went onto him, right? So when he scored anyway, I had to put the touchdown on him, and I realized I actually had two skilled linemen. So
Oh, this is where you realize you were handicapping yourself, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So for the first two games, I basically played with a rookie lineman instead of this blodge lineman, which wasn't very smart of me.
Yeah, do you remember what I said like 5 minutes ago about you being bad at blood bowl?
Yeah, yeah. But I tell you, once the other three games, once I had that extra blodge player, really made it a lot easier for me.
Yeah, blodge is good, who knew?
But I'm genuinely worried what would have had happened if this guy, if the dodge guy hadn't scatter caught the ball and scored. Like, would I have played the whole tournament without the blodge guy? Maybe.
You would have
uh,
noticed eventually, surely.
I don't know. Maybe there's so much other things going on in bLEEdbowl. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
so
so
many
hard for you, you know.
people.
Like as Rick Reckless says, yeah, plus strength, plus edge, plus AV over the gobos, and that's only on your lineman.
Hi, look, they have the ability to remove me. Like, you know, it's scary. It's a
Yeah,
scary Goblin team. Look at it.
so am I correct in saying that in 2 games versus like all like he'd 4 mighty blow and I had 6, and you took 2 or 3 Kaz? Is that
He
right?
hold on now. He had four mighty. He had more than four mighty blow.
Oh, he'd Ripper as well, 5.
He had five mighty blow and a sneaky get DP and another sneaky get. And yeah,
Sure, but sure, my sneaky get DP didn't cause any Kaz in 5 games.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In fairness, I did only get two Kaz against me there in that game. There was a good few
Yeah,
KOs, all right. And you only got two against me as well, I think.
that's right.
So I played, two games against basically six mighty blow and sneaky get DP, and suffered four casualties.
Looker dog. On a 12-man roster as well, like, you know, where
Yeah.
if things get out of control at all, you could really find yourself up against it.
Oh, I could. Yeah, I could. Yeah, absolutely. Insanity. There's Tulian as well, by the way, winning his first game 4-2. Just since he's in chat. Right, so tell us about your round three then. Who did you face there?
I played Cool Mario, who is 9 years of age, so I'd have been very disappointed with myself.
Oh, a 4-0.
sorry if you're listening, but that's one of my biggest fears as well at a tournament is like having to join that club, BBC, beaten by a child.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, only 2 hours this round, so very quick. Coming down
Yeah,
all
it's
the
not
time.
often ogres win 4-0.
No, it's not often. Sure, you're nearly on for most touchdowns, isn't it? That rate.
I actually was, yeah.
6 touchdowns.
I was only 1 or 2 off.
Yeah, after 3 games.
Yeah,
That's very impressive.
Yeah, and he cast an ogre turn 1, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is the dicing. Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
lose for child.
Let me just bring up Cool Mario's orcs, by the way, for everyone. Oh, it's not actually as bad as it normally is. Okay.
That's because, sure, he was limited by taking the amount of mighty blow he could take because of the repeating skills, you know?
Yeah, normally Cool Mario takes 7 mighty blow orcs, so big hindrance that he was only down to 3 or 4 for this one. He wouldn't have been happy about that.
No. Apparently, he didn't regard it as a real tournament because he couldn't take the 7 mighty blow.
I've heard that, alright. That's not the first time I've heard that statement.
Forced to improve his build. Yeah, and the worst part is I was only up 1-0, and he'd burned his rerolls, and he was just like, okay, I'm gonna do a 5+ pickup, and then a 4+ dodge, and then a 3+ dodge, and a handoff, and he fucking made all the dice, and I was like, oh my fucking god, he's gonna make this throw teammate, he's gonna level the game. Like, I was really like, the dice are conspiring against me. I don't
Yeah,
know. Then
yeah.
it was something stupid like the troll failed the always hungry or something.
Oh, go away. Nothing worse.
Yeah, I tell you, it's not. You know the scoreline doesn't reflect the mental anxiety this game gave me.
No. Well, I mean, now you know how I felt through the whole tournament, right? Where like, you're expected to win the game, but you mightn't. Um, but yeah, so come here to me. Did you make Cool Mario cry?
No, only person at the tournament that didn't make him cry. Nice.
Oh, he just respected the Mighty Blow too much.
Do you know it's our second time playing him? The last time I played him was probably 2 or 3 years ago, and we had that bit of rapport that the relationship was already built. I think that was probably a
Oh
help.
yeah, I played him at Bowl this year.
Yes,
My Zons versus 7 Mighty Blow Orcs, and I made him cry. Yeah,
that's because
but
you're a prick.
I only beat him 3-0. I gave him some
But you
dice
didn't even get the
afterwards.
4-0 in.
No, I didn't get 4-0. No, he gave out to me for stalling. He gave out to me for stalling, and I was just like, "It's fine. You can just hit all my players and get all the casualties you want, and I'll just be here, and I'll put it in when you get near me." I probably should have gone for 4 or 5-0. Yeah, but sure, I won most touchdowns anyway, so it was fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, like I played him first at Kaelan's tournament that wasn't bLEEdbowl. So he
oh
was
yeah,
probably like 6 or 7 at the time. I just remember being frightened at like he knew the rule book inside out, word for word. It was frightening.
yeah, yeah.
Like in a couple of years' time, he's going to be a very decent player. He
Yeah,
like he'd no problem. Like he set up the LOS within didn't even take any time to think about it. He'd all his guards set up. He knew where his 2 dice blocks were and blah blah blah.
yeah.
Like
No, in fairness, like for a 10 or 11-year old, like he's very on it.
oh, he's 9.
9, sorry. Um, but sure, yeah, Gordon's saying that he's always playing with Liam and stuff like that, right? Like they have their own
I'd
mini
say it's
tournament like every weekend, like
I'd say it's non-stop football in that house. Yeah.
yeah, crazy. Um, so yeah, good game, nice win.
You were. Oh, you played Shawnee. Cider
I
Eye.
had Shawnee, yeah, probably honestly might be one of my favorite games of Blood Bowl I've ever played. It was just absolutely hilarious.
And
Um,
you came in at a very respectable 2 hours 30. And you were actually counting the turns on tour play up until about turn 13.
we were, yeah. So Shawnee, fuck it, it was pouring rain, was it? I don't know if I knew that.
You might have ignored that.
Oh yeah, because the weather table is slightly
You might have
different.
rolled the weather yourselves.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so Borak Renegades versus my High Elves. First of all, anyway. It's basically what he took last year, except last year he had Boil Rot, and this year he got to upgrade him to Borak, which is very cool.
Like in fairness, like Shawnee is one of the best renegade players,
I
definitely in this
would.
country anyway. Like I
You
mean,
couldn't
he
say he's
plays
one of the
renegades
best.
every tournament, and he consistently finishes like top 5.
Oh yeah, but you couldn't say he's the best renegade player in the world because that's a different Irish coach.
This is true.
So yeah, it's Borak Renegades with 13 men's, 1 reroll, but you have the leader and you have Borak as well. So it's pretty cool. This is I actually played Shawnee's Renegades at bLEEdbowl last year as well with my Corn. And I also played Shawnee's Renegades at Ashes Bowl with my Wood Elves. So not my first time playing him and his Renegades. Honestly, I was probably more afraid this time because on 2 wins, and I'm looking at like trying to beat Shawnee, who's probably always going to be favorite for a tournament in Ireland, isn't he? With his Renegades, he's always going to be up there.
Always.
Um. So yeah, so this was the game where I was trying to eat while he was playing, and his phone died, and Sean likes to mark the turns on tour play as opposed
Mm,
to the table. Whereas I don't like doing that because I like the visual representation of
I
seeing
like to be able
what
to just look
turn
to
it
my
is.
left and be like, okay, yeah, it's turn 6. I need to get a move on.
Yeah, I need to move. Yeah, yeah. So I had to do the turns for both of us and eat and not get diced. There was a lot going on. Um, so anyway, he got to he got to receive the ball. So Sean was happy. He was thrilled,
Hmm.
and
Hit
he
all
did
ends.
he did no damage on the LOS. And his rat ogre came in for a blitz on my blitzer, I think, because I had so many players I had to protect that I kind of just had to give people my blodgers to hit. Because I was like, okay, it's less. I don't mind you. Well, obviously I do mind you hitting my blodgers, but I can't afford to lose my thrower and I can't afford to lose Eldril. So they're always in the middle of my chevrons. So then my blitzers kind of have to be on the edge, basically. Um, So anyway, he came in, blitzed the blitzer, who he did knock down with his claw mighty blow, and didn't even break armor. So I was looking at what to do. He had secured the ball, so there was less pressure to just run around and like gaze and try and get the ball or whatever. So I just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to blitz his rat ogre with my blitzer." So I blocked off the orc he brought in for the assist or something, because he was still marked a lino. And then I blitz his rat ogre, and then I cased him. First
He
block.
wouldn't have liked that.
No, no. And I shouted. I absolutely shouted my head off in the thing. I was like, "Ah, oh, fuck you, Sean. First cast, let's go." Just because I know he'd appreciate that. Like anyone else, I'd say nothing. I'd be like, "Oh, that's really shit," or something like that. But because it's Sean, it's just like, "Fuck you, Sean." Just because he's a mad
Actually.
lad. Ah, yeah, but I mean that's how me and myself and Sean we play. Like I give as good as I get with Sean. um, so that was good fun. Anyway, turn two, he left a very speculative. Um, I was able to do a hypnogaze Venia with Eldril, and then I was able to come in for a wrestle strip on his blodge carrier on the elf, and sure, didn't I roll a pow? Anyway, not that I
That's
needed
a
it.
surprise.
Yeah, yeah. And sure, I was able to. The ball landed in one tackle zone then, and sure, I dodged in, picked it up, dodged out, handed it off, and it was my drive then on turn two. So that was pretty sexy. And then Sean kind of just went like, right, I'm just going to kill all your players. So he started fouling, he started hitting everything, obviously. Um, and we played a bit of back and forth. I hit a few things, nothing really happened. Then we moved down towards the end zone, and because I was like, right, look, if I have to score on turn 6 or 7, like it's not the end of the world. Like at least I've scored. And then he basically only has the TTM, right? So do that anyway, and he was putting on really good pressure. I think he got like a couple of KOs at this point. So I was like, okay, I'm scoring on 7. Grand. So then he tried to make a bit of a screen, but he also just left me score. So I was looking at it and I was like, right, do I just score, like just walk it straight in, or do I take some dice first? So funnily enough, he had his Blodge Elf was actually marking my tackle blitzer. So I was like, okay, so we'll put in an assist, put in the assist, block the Dark Elf, cast, gone for the game. So no Rat Ogre, no Dark Elf. I was like, okay, it's pretty cool.
So you diced him, so is what I'm hearing.
And then I took a blitz on the Goblin as well, because I was like, well, if he loses his Goblin, it's a guaranteed win, like. And the Goblin survived, so we scored, all good. Um, so he had his turn 8 then, and oh, sorry, our game was actually a blizzard, not pouring rain. That's what happened. So he had 2 rerolls left. He had his leader and his Borak or whatever, for the TTM. So he had to pick up the ball, hand it off, throw it, make the landing, and then, depending where it landed or whatever, how hard it'd be to land, and the rushes maybe and dodges. So in the end, he made the TTM. by rolling 3+3+, 2+2+, 3+ basically for the throw, right? Lands it on a 5+. I think all that used one reroll, and then he has to make 6 consecutive 3+s with one reroll, with dodge and one reroll, and he makes them all, and uses the last reroll to get into the end zone. And it's just absolutely insanity dice, right? Like 2 3s, 2 2s, a 3+, a 5+ landing, and then 6 3+s with 2 rerolls. It's just hilarious.
5+ landing is probably the only scary bit, really, is it? The only thing that's completely.
Yeah, I suppose, but it was pretty close. Like, just yeah, about 50-50, Julian. Yeah, I think so. If you're playing Sean any, it's about 50-50. So then I had the 1 turn chance. So I had basically, I think all my KOs came back. I might have been down a Kaz player or something, so I think I still had 11 anyway. Sure, you know me. Anyway, I tried the blitz. It was the 1 dice blitz because he left me the Minotaur, Borak, and the Troll to hit. I got like a Defender Stumbles, re-rolled it into both down. I was like, fine, grand. So Minotaur was fine. Then I got my 2D on the Troll, 2D on the Borak. They were all fine. And then I just looked Sean dead in the eyes and I was like, I'm going to foul Madron.
The legendary Minotaur.
Yeah, his prize Minotaur, who's on every team, always called Madron. So, kicked it in the head, cased it. So, I'm now playing my drive 1-1. Admittedly, it's 1-1, so I'm not too happy because I thought I'd be
You have
winning.
removed 2 big guys on a
But
team
he-
that relies on their big guys.
But yeah, he is down his Minotaur, his Rat Ogre, and his Dark Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second half was fine. It was a lot closer. He put on a really good defense in the end, and I actually Kaz the Goblin. So Borak got sent off like around turn 14, and I Kaz the Goblin around.
Was he fouling actively with Borak?
He was fouling every turn. Since about turn 3, he was.
Was
fouling
that
with
first
Borak.
half as well, or just
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I'd already taken the ball, right? So his win method was just to remove all my players. Which he didn't do. Very unlike Sean.
And so how many Kaz you suffer? Am I reading this correctly? 3?
No, I inflicted 3 casualties.
Oh, you
and
suffered 1.
I took 2 or took 1. Oh no, there's
So
actually
in 3 games against effectively
there
3
is
teams,
another one.
you
There
took
is
4
another
Kaz.
No, there is another Kaz, and that one died. Oh no, yeah. So I took 2 deaths, but he only got 1 marked down for him. So he was missing 1 Kaz. But he got the 2 deaths because both of my players died that he hit.
Yes.
Because I played 5 games, and all 5 of my players died. All right, I had a player die in all 5 games, which was pretty funny. So yeah, it was a fantastic game. Really, really enjoyed it.
So that puts you on 3 wins going into round 4.
3 wins going to round 4, and then there was only one other person who on 3 wins, and that was Will Walsh with his Clark Renegades.
More Renegades.
More Renegades.
And I see here actually with Hiles v Renegades on the top 2 tables.
We did, yeah. Table 2 also had Hiles versus Renegades, Rags and his Borak Renegades. So yeah, my game against Will was the first time where Will removed a player every turn for the first 4 turns on his drive. I was down to 7 players on turn 4 with like another one
Yeah,
stunned.
Will
or
is tough,
something.
isn't he? He's good at Blood Bowl and good at dice.
He is, but he got too caught up on fouling. And
He lose some position over it.
He left me. So he never broke armor on one guy, so I stood him up, and he put the ball carrier in for an assist. So standing your man up cancelled anything. So then my wrestle strip guy was able to run around on 2 rushes and strip the ball on a 1D.
Yes.
which isn't great when you're up 4 players to leave a 2+2+1D.
Not
Um,
ideal.
so sacked the ball in you. Eldril came in,
And he
gazed,
didn't
picked.
have. Oh, he did have Lodge on his ball carrier. Excuse me, but
He
he did
did, but
take Glart rather than
yeah, Glart
Borak.
rather than Borak. Yeah. So I rolled the POW as well on his bodger just to make it even funnier. And then yeah, Eldril came in, gazed someone, and then I was just able to go in, pick it up on a 2 and run away with the ball. It was still very sketchy. He was able to like chain in Glart on like double rush or something to sack the ball, and then there was like a couple of turns here and there, but eventually put the ball over the line and make it 1-0 going into my drive. And then I basically DAC'd for the first time the tournament. Round 4, I was like, might as well start
Hmm.
against Eldril.
Well, it's
And
definitely
then,
the right move as well when you're playing Renegades that have two of the frenzy big guys. You know that they have to blitz basically to move.
yeah, this is it. But sure, Will just roll 6s, so it doesn't actually matter. He can just move any of his players all the time.
Movement 8
um,
Rat Ogre.
yeah. And then I got in trouble around turn 6, trying to break through. I didn't get some of the pushes I needed. He was able to get all like his strength guys on the side and stuff. Um, yeah, and then this is where I thought I'd lost the tournament completely, because I had he sacked the ball and I was able to get it back on a 3+ dodge for the pickup, and then 2+ away, and I win the game. 1 and 9 the dodge, landed on the ball, and then the ball scatter caught onto his ogre, who caught it on the 6. And I didn't really have many players. I was down so many KOs and everything. And yeah, he was just able to block off the guy marking the ogre, and then Bonehead double rush, and then 2+ handoff, and then scored. So yeah, it was pretty rough one to draw. But I was feeling a bit sad for myself, to be honest. to
3 wins
to
in a
come,
draw, and he's feeling sad for himself. Yeah.
well, to come so close to the 4-0, right, or to the 4 wins, and basically guarantee myself a very, very good chance of winning.
Yeah.
Like, I only have to draw the last game then to avoid to not win the tournament. So that was it. You had some Norse in your game.
I did. What did I play? Norse with Ivar. Yeah, just 2-1. Yeah. I did manage to remove Ivar on like turn 3. First time he got exposed, he got KO'd, which was very nice.
Oh, very handy.
And yeah, very very handy. And I made like an reasonable amount of Kaz as far as I remember. I think I made like maybe 4, which
Yeah,
with 6 mighty blow against armor 7, you'd kind of want to be making nearly.
you would.
Yeah,
Um,
1, 2. There's 3 there now. Yeah, 2-1 was tight enough actually. Yeah.
very good.
I do like. I can't remember anything too.
Can't remember anything too scary about the game.
No.
No, fair play.
What was I going to say? So, to start wrapping things up, then round 5, were you top table? You were.
Of course.
Oh, Renegades for the 3rd game in a row. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah, Renegades 3rd game in a row for the tournament win.
That's rough, isn't it?
Yeah. So back to the Borak Renegades. Slightly different build from Sean's though. I think he went for a wrestle strip
He only took 2 big guys plus Borak.
Yeah, the 2
Only.
big guys plus Borak.
So he took a
wrestle
rogue
strip.
with block and a black ogre.
Yeah.
Lodge, Dark Elf. He took leader on the Tror, even though the Tror is very expensive on Renegades. He's the same cost as the Dark Elf. He's like 75k.
Yeah.
And Wrestle Strip on the grass, yeah. Dirty Player Kick.
Uh-huh.
And 2 heads on the gobble.
Very interesting build. Yeah. Yeah, it was a very good game. Very good game. So tight. Like, I the first game I got to receive the ball, I had the choice, and I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest. To be honest, I was really just like, well, I just kicked the ball because I've had to kick the ball in the last 4 games and I've survived. So I was like, well, I just do that. Didn't really work. So I received the ball anyway. And I tried to do a bit of a half DACA, but sending, some outlets downfield so that I could just score whenever I wanted, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
He did a good job of marking out the outlets and also keeping the screen up and running. But he was also very like Will, removal a turn, first 3 or 4 turns.
Yeah.
And then I made a position.
Which puts you under pressure then, doesn't it?
It does, and then especially
It's all out the 8 turns, anyway.
I left Eldril hang out to dry on about turn 5. Or turn 4 even, and he got fucking whacked in the end and KO'd. And he didn't come back for the rest of the game. So I played this game basically without Eldril. I don't think he had to gaze once in the whole thing. Which is sad. Maybe he came back for the very last drive. Don't know. But anyway, I couldn't really do much, but I was able to get a catcher into scoring range and get a screen off. But I had to pass with the thrower to complete the rest of the screen, so that was all fine. But don't like doing that. So that was grand. But then he came in and sacked the ball. The stupid 2-hedged goblin doing work, just coming in 2+2+2+, get the assist in, and then he was able to run around with the dark elf along the sideline, couple of 3+, got the 2D on the ball, got the sack.
Yeah, the 2 hits on the gobbo is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty sexy.
Like, it gives you a lot of options.
It does, yeah.
He's not just your sneaky git.
No, yeah. So I scored in turn 6, giving him 3 turns or 2 turns back. 3 turns back, yeah. And then he got a touchback, which I wasn't very happy about. 3 turns against Renegades to stop them scoring to try and win the tournament, and he got a touchback. And first he said he was going to give the ball to Borak, and I kind of just looked at him and I was like, okay, what's going on here? Like, why are we giving the ball to Borak? We have a Blodge Elf. So he reconsidered giving it to Borak anyway, and he gave it to his Block Rat Ogre instead. Which again I just kind of looked at him and I was like, you're mad. But anyway, so turn 7 I surfed the Rat Ogre with the ball.
Was it a bit of chain pushing involved?
There was, yeah. So he pushed down the sideline and he made a bit of an L shape with the ball to kind of screen it. But I had an elf at the back that was able to just come in and mark the Rat Ogre. And then I think the Rat Ogre might have been tagged as well by one of my standing linos. So I was just able to like 1D into 2D blitz and the Rat Ogre's off the pitch.
Yeah.
Very favourable scatter. Had to make a 2+ dodge and then a 2+ pickup in like his half. So pretty secure. Snake the pickup. Yeah.
At least there's still a tackle on the ball though.
At least there's still a tackle zone on the ball, and it's it's halfway into his half nearly, probably about like 5 squares into his half, and it's his turn 7. So he goes for like a dodge pickup pass action, makes the dodge, makes the pickup, and he was actually going to dodge out before passing, failed the dodge. So then my guy was, I think he was exactly 6 squares away from the end zone, or maybe 7 or something like that. But I had to do a dodge pickup handoff score for 2-0, and I failed the dodge or something like that. So then I removed his goblin or something, so he couldn't score. So that was 1-0 to me at halftime. Then he had his drive basically, deep kick. I put on loads of pressure trying to make it 2-0. Didn't really work out. A lot of jostling back and forth. Sacked the ball eventually about turn 5 or 6 in my half. Retrieved it on a blodger. That was pretty cool. And then this is the final, like, this is heart in mouth moments, like. So he managed to base the ball. So I had a catcher and a lino. with the rat ogre, and then he also had some other stuff. But I was able to dodge off on a 3+, and then kind of make a bit of a screen with the ball, and keep the rat ogre based. So he basically had nothing to do on turn 8 other than chain his rat ogre into dodging to hit the ball. So naturally makes a chain, makes the dodge, makes the 2+ blitz, hits the ball, sacks it. He then like puts someone's into the end zone. At this point he still has 3 rerolls, by the way. Puts someone into the end zone, and then he has a 3+ pickup or 3+ dodge, 3+ pickup, 6+ pass, and a 3+ catch to draw the game. And then if we draw the game, it's basically, I think if we draw the game,
toss about who wins.
I don't know, because Shawnee had won. Sigurd had won his game, so he was on 4 wins and a loss. So I think if we draw our
you would
game,
have lost. Yeah, Shawnee
he
would have
wins
won.
the tournament. Yeah.
You'd have been 3-2-0, and he'd have been 4-0-1.
Yeah. So Rags has this opportunity to basically give Shawnee the win and take it away from me, basically, at this point. So he makes the dodge, 3+, fails the pickup, re-rolls it, makes it. Or no, maybe he fails the dodge, re-rolls it, makes it, fails the pickup, re-roll, makes it. Yeah. Then he has the 6+ pass, throws a dice, instant 6, and I was just like, no, I can't fucking believe this is how it's gonna happen. Like, so then I'm sitting there. It's a 3+ for me to win, or like a 1 and 9 to not win the tournament, or a 3+, or an 8 out of 9, right, to not win the tournament, and he 1 and 9's it with a reroll.
Looker dog.
He rolled a 2 into a 1. Yeah. Like, in fairness, the amount of dice that he had to roll to get there. But yeah, it was such a close game. Really, really lots of back and forth. He played really well. I'm still not sure about the rat ogre ball carrier. I asked him about it
questionable decision.
Yeah. So yeah, I won my first tournament. It was pretty sexy. Very stressful.
Pretty happy with that?
Wouldn't
you got your little
recommend
NAF shield?
Did. But yeah, I got lucky, obviously, because
Which you have to get a bit lucky. Like, sure, it is a game of a dice game.
Yeah, but like, in fairness, I played against 3 renegades, 2 of them with Borak, who fouled me every turn, goblins and ogres, and I suffered 9 casualties.
9 casualties over 5 games is not bad at all.
No. I scored as much touchdowns as the amount of casualties I suffered, like.
Yeah.
And I inflicted 7 myself. The last game was so intense. Yeah. There was a lot going on. But yeah, happy to have won finally. Pressure off.
I wasn't too. I thought the draw was a bit harsh on me. Somehow I ended up on table 5.
You did. Yeah.
On the last game.
Beating up some kids.
Yeah. No kids this time. That's a bit of a shame.
Danton.
Yeah, and Danton, who's just Team Ireland player, very, very good coach.
Yeah.
Consistently, like, one of our best at, like, the Euro Bowl and World Cup and everything, isn't he?
He is. He's very good. Danton's very good.
He had a great result in the tournament. I think in Tulian, actually. Was it Tulian where he came back from the 2-0 down?
Tulian was very good.
Yeah, Ogres against Black Orcs. I had a look there. I think I needed to win this to get the Stunty Cup.
Oh, okay.
And because
dice by the
draw. It was between me and Boz. And Bozzy beat Holy Binch 2-0, so that put him on 3 wins. So I think I would have needed 3 wins here as well.
Ah, right.
It was horrible.
Like,
no.
Trying to be beating Danton for a win, like.
Playing Danton with Ogres, yeah, not ideal. So I definitely needed the dice to go my way, and they definitely didn't. He was so much in the ascendancy that he was able to afford to start fouling Snotlings.
Yeah. That shows it, alright.
Yeah, and I nearly scored on maybe like my turn 6. I had no choice. I can't remember what happened. I ended up carrying on a snot anyway. I think because I just was like, well, he can cage dive me if he wants, and I'm going to six black orcs and a troll and ripper. So I was like, I need all my strength. And
Yeah.
turn 6, I threw the snot to try and score. That at least I'd get the touchdown in. And black orcs would be the best team at 2 turning or 3 turning.
No.
But the fucking prick, he's backwards twice, and that put him just 1 square out of range.
Ah, fuck's sake. Yeah.
And Antonisi scored in the second half, and I literally saved. Did I save 2 or 3 rerolls for the 1 turn? And I think same thing again, or did I not make the landing? I can't remember, but yeah. Yeah, look, throw teammate isn't the most reliable way of scoring, is it? So
No, unless you're
a draw
Sean.
would have been it.
Unless you're
Unless you're
Shawnee.
Sean. Although, in fairness, I had to think about it at the tournament, and I was like, fuck me, like the last 3 tournaments I've been, which was Ashes Bowl, Euro Bowl, and bLEEdbowl, I scored a throw teammate in every tournament.
Yeah, but in fairness, that's 1 TTM out of 6 games.
Yeah, at least.
But you get a chance in every game to throw teammate.
Mostly, yeah. So
I mean, that's not very likely, though, is it?
it's not, but it's kind of almost more reliable than maybe you would expect. It's more 1 turns than I made of whatever the fucking 10 games it was of playing Skaven and Football 3.
Yeah.
It was so dumb. I lost. What was it? I went in the Blood Bowl 3 league. I went 6-3-3.
Classic.
The 3 games I lost, I had no team left, and the games I won, I didn't get the chance to 1 turn because I ended up sacking the ball or whatever. So it was never enough. It was never enough.
Poor creator. Can't even 1 turn because I've turned him over.
Yeah, except against Tulian, where he cast all my players, and I still had maybe with a 1 dice blitz and a push, I could maybe have pushed my gutter into range, and then it was just not.
Sure.
What's the ref? Officious ref.
Oh, officious ref. That's every time, sure, isn't it?
It is when you're playing Keith.
Yeah. That was so funny. Our first kickoff event was officious ref.
We got it twice, didn't we?
We did. I think we got it twice. Yeah. That'd be nothing new.
No. So you went 4-1-0, which is very solid.
I did 4-1-0. Very happy with myself. Thanks.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good tournament.
It was. The crack was good. Everyone that was there was sound. A lot of people came from abroad, like Tulian, Cauliflower.
We did about 10 people come over actually for bLEEdbowl this year.
Gary came down from
myself.
the north. Yeah, not including you.
Yeah.
No, it was well attended. In fairness, people were good.
It was. And, yeah. I was really hoping we'd get 50 for bLEEdbowl this year, but it's it was really funny how we had 10 people come over from the UK and wherever else and we basically had the same number of people who were at bLEEdbowl last year drop out from coming again this year.
Yeah, of course there was a storm the night before as well again, so
yeah, so that caused a good few people to drop out as well, didn't they? So that's back-to-back Irish Blood Bowl tournaments in red warnings, which is good stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff, good beta. What were the final standings in? Shawnee finished second, did he? Yeah.
He did.
4-0-1.
Yeah, and then Salty Murcutt and Morneval and
who's Salty Murcutt?
He's a fellow who came over from London, I think. Or from
I mustn't have been talking to him.
Southeast England, and yeah. He played Caelan, the final game that took about 17 hours.
Caelan nearly talked him into submission.
Apparently it only took 2 hours, but I have my doubts about that one myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good having so many people over. And
it was.
Salty, Morneval, and Galabrand all shot up the rankings massively in like the last game.
Well, the last table can be like make or break you, can't it?
Yeah, yeah. Because like poor Rags dropped down to 7th.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Um,
Like you lose top table, and
yeah, all of a sudden people who've started drawing all around you are shooting back up. Like,
but yeah,
um,
2-1-2 with ogres. I wasn't displeased. Like that's
no,
I
so
literally I
you're
finished exactly mid table, 18th out of
18th, yeah.
36.
And poor Ronnie Padster right there beside you as well, and he was top 2 tables for like the first 3 games.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Sure, he was 2-1-0 after day one, and then he lost both his games on Sunday.
Oh no, he did the reverse submarine. What's that,
Yeah,
a Titanic, I suppose?
I suppose. Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
He was going along grand and then he just fucking sank.
So did Bozzy Boz, in fairness. Lost his first 2 games and then won the last 3. So he did the correct submarine.
He did the submarine, yeah.
Yeah. So that was good stuff.
Yeah, although like I mean he didn't he won the gnome off to
He did.
win the Stunty Cup, and that wasn't an easy game.
I think Bozzy Boz had two gnome games, did he? Maybe even.
He did. He played Jam Toast as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Jam Toast round 1. And that one he lost. It's very. But yeah, look, Rodney and Gromdal, pretty cool.
Yeah. Definitely very solid.
Yeah, very solid.
What's next on your? What's next on your calendar?
Oh, Blood Bowl boys. So next.
Yeah, well, I suppose tournament-wise rather than anywhere.
Oh yeah, Blood Bowl boys. Yeah. So next up, I have the Scottish National, which is the first weekend of March, and then after that we have Killarney Pairs, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, which is run by some shitter, I think. But
some absolute knob that doesn't know what he's doing.
Hopefully timekeeping will be good.
Hopefully not for you. I'm noticing a trend about all your games going over 2 hours 40.
Yeah. Well, look, I need the extra time to win the game, you see.
Like here, final game against the Rags. Oh, 2 hours. That's surprising.
Yeah, 2 hours is very quick.
You nearly hit the 3 hours against Will Walsh. 2 hours 40.
Yeah.
You just hate lunch.
I do. I hate having time to myself. Yeah. I hate the whole walking around talking to people. It's fierce boring. I'd like to just keep playing the games if I can.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Killarney Pairs is the next Irish one, which I'm very looking forward to. I have my teammate who's going to be Hargrim. So we're going to be filthy tryhards, of course.
The filthy noobs.
Try to win back-to-back tournaments in Ireland.
That's the gauntlet is laid down now.
Yeah.
I hope Danton is still listening.
Oh, I'm sure we won't do it, but yeah, we'll have to see. So Mulligans, I'm playing a very uncompetitive roster. I can throw it up there very quickly for people.
We'll talk about it next week, I suppose.
We will, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But there's a sneak preview for people in you. 7 Mighty Blow Black Orcs.
I see you're taking the cool Mario approach.
Yeah, the cool Mario tactics. Yeah. Something different. But yeah, I'm having
Very
fun painting them up at the moment. That's what I won for bLEEdbowl, was the Black Orc team, even though I already owned them. But it's an excuse to paint them in, and then I don't know, I might give them away or sell them or something.
You use them as a prize for another tournament or something.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Maybe that's what people could win at Eurovision Bowl 2. My painted Black Orc team.
Very good.
Yeah.
We'll come back. So we'll try and come back in a fortnight, and we'll probably discuss what the topics will be.
Yeah, we'll come back for something else. But yeah, 2 weeks sounds good.
Do you know, like, would it be no harm? Just spitballing. Talk about a bit of Fumble. You've been playing a lot of Fumble recently.
I have. Yeah, been playing a bit of Fumble. You're doing the Super League, so we could do a bit of that.
Yeah, sounds good.
And there's new trophies and stuff. So yeah, we could do that. Fumble episode. Cool.
No doubt.
Mighty. So yeah, I suppose we'll just end the recording there. I want to thank everyone for being here and for listening to us drag on and talk about how good Zargmag Guy is, and
he's class.
Some shitter won bLEEdbowl who didn't deserve it. It was really funny because I was saying that we should get Fiki and the winner of bLEEdbowl on to talk about bLEEdbowl in this episode. So I just thought I'd make it easier for myself by winning it, and then I didn't have to deal with other people.
That was a great call, yeah.
It was great. Like, imagine if we had to interview someone else, we'd have to be so prepared. And it was a good tactic by you as well to only be able to do it in the afternoon, so we couldn't get Fiki on. It's a real stroke of genius by both of us, scheduling wise.
Well, what was I going to say? I don't want to, be on, oh, it's all about me, but like it's my birthday this weekend. I'm about to
happy
head out the door
birthday.
now. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah.
Right.
Ruffish buds, few drinks.
Sounds amazing. Right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next
Thanks
one.
very much.
Good luck.
Good luck.